Docking request accepted.
Good morning, New Eden. Today is March 29th, 2026, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout. This is my co-host, Samson.
Good morning, New Eden, and Ohio gozaimashita.
I was gonna say, where's the Japanese, man? You're in Japan.
I switch it. I don't want to do it all like because I got to bring back the Good Morning New Eden because that's like our our basis, our start. That was our start. But
from a movie.
We stole it from Good Morning Vietnam, but in the logo too, we stole the logo from that as well. That's like the style, but I mean, it's more like a homage, right? Like it's because that's what we are. Like that's how serious we take ourselves, which is not very serious,
low.
but also serious, very very, fucking love Robin.
And we
Williams,
got big
right?
news today. Like this huge
we do
news
have big
for the
news
podcast. Today. And the reason why we're doing the main event for this is the Eve Creator Awards. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but just to kind of let you guys know, is we got nominated. We're on the short list of nominations for
the finalists for Podcast of the Year. Now, I have questions. Like, is this a new thing, or have they done this before? That's my first question. We don't want to answer that now, but
and not that I don't know. To be honest,
that's what I'm saying. Because I feel like there's not very many Eve podcasts, but not to discredit it.
There's a short list of
there's a short list, and we made the shorter short list.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're up there with some with our buddies. We'll go through the list later, but we are up there with our buddies' Declarations of War, which is
what's
Alex
really
podcast.
Funny is that if you click on and this is something that I don't know if I should tell CCP or what, but if you go to that community page and you click on Federation Frontline Report, guess where it takes you to?
The podcast.
No,
it does for me.
No.
Federation Frontline Report.com podcast.
Really? That's because when I click on it, it takes me to the Declaration of War. What is it? Is my shit just fucked up and I don't know?
Shit's fucked up.
I just cleared my cache, so let's find out. Let's go.
It might have been a something they fixed because all the links work fine for me.
Nope, mine says when I hover over Federation Frontline Report for the Creator Awards, it takes me to declarationofwar.com. And just if I hover over it says that, and when I click on it, it takes me to Declaration of War.
Broken link or something. Oh fuck! Sorry. No, refer a declarations. No, everything looks fine on my end. That's something we could. Here I'll link. I'll link this in chat, and then y'all can tell us what it does for you. But then we'll get to that. But that's weird, yeah.
Yeah, so this is slightly different than what I've been using. Let me.
Okay. You went someplace. So you go on someplace else where there's something broken. Okay.
Yep. Okay, that one works.
This is what I'm using.
So
yeah, this is the one we're using.
The one that I have
that other one.
Is where is it? There it is. So
I couldn't even find it before.
Here, I'll post it for you. This is the one I go to.
Don't go to that one.
Don't go to this one. The one that the Federation Frontline Report posted. Don't go to that one.
One's broken.
But if you go to the Creator-Awards for FanFest.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, so that's that I would report to CCP because that's ultimately gonna if everybody's going to that and they're like, oh well, these guys don't even have a website, we're not gonna vote for them. Like, I mean,
we're definitely lower than Declaration.
I don't think we're gonna. No. But come on, man, give us a fair shake at least. I know we're not gonna I don't have high hopes for actually winning but also don't know like what. Again, I'm curious to know like how new is this, because I don't remember this. So I think it's brand new, and then so. But it's
Yeah,
nice.
they
It's
didn't
nice to
talk
be
about it
recognized.
in last FanFest. They didn't talk about some kind of creator awards, so
Yeah, so this is new,
kinda
I think. But it's cool. It's cool to be honored. It's cool to be to be nominated.
Night Flyer says
Nobody
that he's
does.
checking in from Colorado and that he knows that his mom was wrong, and we have proof now that we don't totally suck.
And that's coming from a player in his 50s.
But yeah, so that was super cool to hear that we,
I think it was Nightflyer that did it, because like he's the one that told us. He was like, "Hey, check this out."
Night Flyer's very
he put
important.
got his foot in the door. He got his foot in the door, and he poked the CE.
And I'm getting drunk off of wine, and I haven't eaten yet today, so you're gonna hear stupid shit.
I didn't eat.
Frozen
I didn't eat a
Fallout's
lot.
mouth.
I need to eat more, but I ate some, and I am drinking, but not drunk. I don't want to. I tied one on last night.
My wife is gonna be
tied one
so
on last
pissed
night.
off at me when I get done with the podcast. She'd be like, "Why are you so trash?" I'll be like, "Ah, I love you." She just got home too, so she went to the Jersey Shore for the week, and they it's all closed down. We were watching the Jersey Shore, the show Jersey Shore. We watched all of it together just before she went, and she's like, "It's nothing's open." I was like, "Well, we got to go back." Because I want to see all those hot chicks just come up and just start making out with me, because that's apparently what happens on the Jersey Shore. It's just random people just making out with each other all the time on the dance floor.
With ridiculous spray tans and fake everything.
Fake everything.
Fake everything.
So, starting off though, before we get to our main event of talking about the Creator Awards, let's talk about Wednesday night, man. Like, that was
Wednesday night,
because we haven't done much at all, really. I mean, at least I haven't.
Warfare.
I've been kind of bitch. Like, I haven't played Eve. I've not even get the big skill point bonuses for login rewards because
I forgot. I got logged in today, so I can get my shit. I have been logging in the past few days.
I have not.
So I need to do that.
I should have been, but son is married and off with his wife on their honeymoon.
I will. Let's see. How do I? Huh.
But yeah, so Wednesday night we had some really fucking fun time for a small ass little fleet that we had. It was basically us and what? What's his name?
Teal'c
from Stargate. He Master Teal'c.
And then we had Cad with us as we do.
Yeah, but Cad's our boy, man. That's part of the Federation here. And
so we had basically.
So on the Paladin, we had 11 people on the Paladin. That was
but some of those people were not in our fleet, I don't think. But we'll get to that.
I think they were because they kept on jumping back and forth. Yeah. So it was the final blow was basically almost everybody in our fleet, because we had what? Okay, maybe a couple.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe weren't.
I guess so.
Most of them were.
So the night started off. We went out in Fed Navy comets, and we caught a Fed Navy comet from Academy of Russia Federation that was just coming through as pirates. Like, there were like 3 of them, and
there was it was like 3 of us and 3 of them, and we were all Federation Navy comets, and they just abandoned their friend. They just he was on
we
the
murdered
gate.
him.
We saw him. I saw he was off the gate, so I called him as primary, and I was able to catch this guy. And me, Cad, and Gwen were the only Federation Navy comets, and they had like 3 of theirs. It was like this guy and like 2 others, maybe another one on top of that. And they all just bailed.
They could have fought. They could have fought us. We would have won though.
We probably would have won
but
because we were prepped and ready, but they would have got one or two of us. You know, like
maybe. I don't think so. I think we would have killed them all, no problems. But we might have gotten burned up a
so you're
bit. Like you
saying
were
that
blasted.
their running away was the right choice. That was the
Yeah, their running the way was the right choice. Yeah. But then we went into a boon, and
Yeah,
we were looking
so-
around to try to find stuff, and all of a sudden there's a
Gnosis.
fleet. There was a fleet.
There
well,
was
there
a
was
fleet
a fleet
flying
of
around
oranges
Caldari.
of war targets. Caldaris were like in, I want to say, Scythe fleet issues or something like that. But they were we weren't engaging with them because they just weren't coming to any of the plexes. And so we thought when we saw a Gnosis show up, we thought, well,
in
the
the
Gnosis is
open.
yeah. Well, we just looking to scan it down. We found it in the open, and so this is bait. This is obviously bait for those Scythe
Obviously
fleet
bait.
issues.
Obviously bait.
Obviously
There's
bait.
no way that we're going to be
And
able
then
to
it's
kill.
just Frozen's
gonna
like, oh, let's
be
do it.
holotanked.
Cad's like, take the bait. We always take the bait. Let's take the bait. And then we all went in there with our. It was only
Hey, I made the
full-
call. I made the call.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us in Fed Navy Comets, and we got
Mango,
we
Gwen,
just killed him.
Fallout, Mr. Bastard, and Cad. And Mr. Bastard.
Okay, so
and
this is
Cad,
technically 4 of us.
He was. It was kind of funny because Cad is Mr. Bastard. So
Yeah,
those
it's
two
just
are the
all-
same, and their combined killing did not equal the amount of damage that Mango did. And he was like,
Yeah.
2 of my characters together didn't equal 1 of your characters. That's
They equal. They went over Gwen's damage just a little bit, but need I remind you that Gwen was not blaster fit. She was railgun fit. I didn't know we have. Oh well, you should point this out. Here's the reason why Mango did more damage than me. He's got hobgoblins and I have warriors. Okay, hobgoblins do more damage. There you go. Easy.
Yep. Yep.
No, but we did we got that guy and he was not bait. He was shield tanked, and after his shields went down, he started melting. He didn't do anything to us. I don't even think he engaged us at all.
No, he
If I
didn't. That
recall
was the
correctly.
weird part. Is that it seemed
He was
like
still
he was
fighting
like some
the-
noob running. He couldn't even run the open because he was neutral. So
They thought he
I don't
was
know-
running it.
I don't
I
know.
think-
What,
I think
he
he
was
was just-
trying to run it. He was trying to.
Because of the Galente election point thing, I think that's what's going on, and he
Yeah.
just didn't have. He wasn't set up
he
for it.
didn't know what he didn't know that he needed to join. So and I
He had
felt
to
bad
join.
for him. I
That's
did. I
okay.
felt bad for him immediately. Whenever I feel bad for anybody that we
We
kill,
always feel bad. Always.
Not always. It's not bullshit. I did not feel bad
Always.
for the guy that we fucking killed in the Paladin. But I not always.
No, but no. But that was a good fight, though. That wasn't just that wasn't just murder.
When we beat the living fuck out of somebody, yeah, I feel bad.
See, come on, man.
You
gotta fix
jump
that.
somebody with like 5
You
people
gotta
and start punching him
fix
in the
that.
face, and he's like, "I don't know what's happening." You're
You gotta
like,
fix
well,
that. But anyways,
No, you don't.
So that was a
because
good.
I was
that
gonna
was a
talk
good
to
start.
him. I was gonna give him money back. I was gonna pay him back the whole fucking thing. I was gonna tell him what was going on, how to like get involved in Galente faction warfare, if that's what he's actually looking to do, and he just blocked me immediately. Like as soon as I
Yeah,
messaged
fuck
him,
you.
like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Yeah, you talk sometimes when
for
somebody
being
messages
nice.
you, we're not normally. I don't know. Maybe other people are, but I'm
Well,
not trying to fuck you
no,
over.
well,
I'm
here's the
trying to
thing.
like assess the situation.
Here's the thing. It's usually the opposite, right? Like I get messages from the people I kill, and they're always pissed.
Oh yeah.
Not always, but 90% of the time they're pissed. And then another like 50 to 75% of the time, they'll start to calm down after they talk to me. And sometimes, and very rarely, they'll just be like, "Hey, what? I don't understand. Why did you do that? Like, I don't like. Is there a reason? Like, why'd you?" Like, they'll be very curious. So those are usually the people that end up being recruited, or at least get really good advice on,
yeah.
from me,
let them
from
know
Gwen.
what's going on.
to let them know what's going on. And I'll do the same thing. Like I've had people get super pissed and then calm down after. But then I've had people that just get super pissed. They say, "Fuck your mother." There's one dude. I have one guy. There's one guy out there in his bio that it says like "fuck Gwenevit Kenyon or whatever, like in his bio.
Hemp says that he thinks that they were trying to run the event, didn't realize they weren't signed up for FW, and that is very likely.
Yeah, that's exactly
we blew up
what
somebody
it was, yeah.
who is trying
Yes,
to be
Russian Rage.
Valente.
Russian Rage is best. I get lots of Russian Rage.
Dude, Russians are terrifying. Oh,
He's the best,
man,
bro.
thanks
He's
so
the best.
much for the follow. But yeah,
best, bro.
dude, like fucking Russians are. I listen to Empires of Eve all the time, and one of the things about the Russians is like just don't throw racial epithets around. Don't be a dick.
Yeah,
with them,
I don't.
they will fucking hate you forever if you do that shit.
All Gwen does is kill their shit in space, and then is generally very jovial and nice about it afterwards. They're the ones that tell me in Russian.
The guy who's like, I'm gonna give you like billions of ISK. Give me billions of ISK, and I won't.
So I will
stop
hunting you.
And you were like,
no,
fuck, man, come and hunt me.
Yeah, I was like, nah, and then we joined forces. Well, I mean, that was Tahoma. Tahoma Sakura, former Revolution. After Revolution broke up, they're like a pretty prominent solo artist, and they live in Evangir. Yeah, that was used to live in Evangir. They don't live there anymore.
No, nobody lives in Evangir but us right now.
Nobody.
We don't even really live.
We don't even live in Evangir anymore. It's like our old house. Like we moved out. We got our new place.
It's Hayden and GM Tack.
I mean, I said 90% of Gwen's shit is still in Evangir.
Dude, so I'm listening to Empires of Eve, and one of the favorite things I like to listen to is the BTAC R battle, and we now live and we have ratting capability in BTAC R. It's super cool.
Yeah, you're ratting a BTAC R.
It's like 60, 70 fucking Titans that got destroyed in one go in BTAC R, and now we're living there. It's pretty cool.
Is that where Steve is? Or is that's a different one? Steve was the first Titan.
One. Yeah, Steve was the first
Yeah,
Titan.
Steve was the first Titan.
That was a different spot. BTAC R is where like the massive slaughter where
that's the biggest war. Okay.
Pandemic Legion tried to use their it was a what they called the wrecking ball. And it was basically a bunch of carriers surrounding a bunch of Titans. So you'd bring in the carriers and you'd like spread them out in a big ball, and then you'd have the Titans jump in. So when the Titans bumped with each other, they just bump another carrier, bump it out instead of actually so they could keep their huge amount of triage carriers, which now we call faxes. Faxes that changed. They got changed into faxes. But this is before faxes. So it was a bunch of healing carriers that surrounded a bunch of Titans. And they would just blow living shit out of stuff. And for a long time, for like a few hours into the battle, it was 7 versus 8. So Imperium or Clusterfuck Coalition at the time lost 7 carriers or 7 Titans. And the Pandemic Pandemic Legion lost 8 Titans to the 7, and then they tried killing Thort Dragon's Titan, and he had actually with the module lag and everything that was going on 20 minutes before, he'd overheated his hardeners. And he was actually able to survive the onslaught that came down upon him. And because of that, it completely swung the fight in the favor of the Clusterfuck Coalition, otherwise known now as the Imperium. So that was a huge fight. But anyway, so we're flying around. We found the Praxis. We'd killed that. That was a Gnosis.
It was a Gnosis.
Sorry, a Gnosis. And we were pretty happy about that. We were like, fuck it, let's go up to Alderanet. We got a frigate, a Gnosis, good little start, beginning first hour or whatever. And then we went up to Alderanet area. And we ended up killing this, got into a fight with a paladin that was just kind of fucking around on gates. He was warping back and forth. We caught him a few times. He killed a Tholos.
Yeah, he was able to kill the Tholos of our buddy Telks, and
Teal'c.
Telk was he was like, you want me to bring this out? I'll bring this out. He wants to bring out all the blingy shit and bait people, and we were like, and then turns out it was a fun idea because this guy who apparently had gotten this paladin as a Secret Santa gift prior.
Rogue Capel.
Like,
so there was huge possibilities that he would drop on us because of Rogue Capel. But going back, Cad, who helped us catch something else later, and kind of helped out, actually was pretty huge on catching this guy too, because he had the foresight to leave one of his ults on the other side of the gate so that he could catch him before he could warp off. Because he was just tanking on gate and then jumping and then going to the other side, warping off. But then he would come back. He would, he did this multiple times. We lost a Tholos to him, but that was it. We just lost a Tholos, maybe like a armor or shield repper ship, Logi that went down at one point. I think that Teal'c said, but like we didn't really lose much to him except for that Tholos, which was worth like $1.5 billion or something like that. So it was a great kill for him. But we ended up catching him on the gate. We pushed him through. We finally got him through, and then we got on the other side. He got webbed, scrammed right at his bumped, 15 kilometer bumped, and he was like, that was it. He
was stuck at that point, and then we just started bringing in.
I also pulled out a Vexor Navy issue that had some nukes on it.
Telk brought a Myrmidon Navy issue, and Gwen, and Cad, Mr. Bastard, and I think where's Mango? Not on this one. Yeah, Mango. We all stayed in our Fed Navy comments and just keep the scram webs and points on them, and bumping them when we can.
Killing his drones. We had a little bit of Logi that we were some shield. And we had a buddy that like the
opposite this guy of what our fleet is, Anthony 8989 just joined us like for the first time. Like, I don't think he'd ever been in our fleet before, and like he was like, "This was my first battleship kill." Yeah, and it's not even a regular battleship, dude. It's a blinged out Marauder. And then we had a couple others.
Yeah, he ended up getting the blood dark Garista. What was it? The dark blood Garista. Or dark blood mega
pulse lasers, or
no? We got those. It was scroll down. It was his mid slots. No, his low
dark
slots.
Blood heavy cap.
No, it was low slots.
Low slots.
That was it. The dark blood heat sink for 229 million ISK. So like 229 million ISK that went to his pocket. And he just saw us on stream and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm fucking around getting fucked with in Alderanet," and so we like came up and decided to help him out, had him join the fleet, and hey, got a nice little payoff for that night. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that was a definitely a big highlight to the fleet. Now we haven't caught anything like that in a while, and it was blink, like it even had like dark blood pulse lasers, so like. It was pretty blingy.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't judge me on the fit. This is what was given to me."
It's a gift. It's not a bad fit. It's expensive, but it's not a bad fit.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, he had fun. I mean,
he did say he wished he had a grappler because he probably would have gotten more of us.
Yeah, if he had dropped one of those sensor boosts or like the tracking caps. Or a cap booster, either a tracking computer or booster. Probably the booster would have been better to drop, but
yeah, we had two boosters.
The fuck out of him. So, but there's only so much boost that you can do.
He had two boosters, and he had dual armor reppers, so he was tanking pretty hard. But
he was
after he
tanking.
Popped his frigate escape bay, popped out a succubus.
Yeah, that was nice.
And I think we got his pod too. Hold on, let me see. Fed Navy, because I don't think Gwen got on the pod, but he got his pod. Yeah, right here. No, where's the right here? Yeah, Gavin. So
Oh
this
yeah, it
was
was
he had
600 million
six
ISK pod.
a 600 million ISK pod, 153 million ISK succubus. Which, by the way, succubus is like one of the best frigate escape bay frigs because it
Yeah, he
has an
almost got
oversized.
away from us because of
Yeah, I
that.
was like,
Those
I knew
bonuses.
what it was. As soon as I saw it, I was like, get scram
Get him!
webs,
Get him!
get him,
Get
get
the weapon
get all the
down.
webs on him, because it's like your scrams and points are not going to do anything other than keep him from warping away. But he can burn out so fast because they have the you can fit a 10 MN afterburner on him, and yeah. So then we got his succubus, we got his pod, and then we were winding down, going. We were like, I think we were going
Back to
to
Hades. We were
back to
kind of just
Hade, and yeah, and then and the Cad's like, hey, do you guys want to fuck up a venture? Like,
Yeah,
you
we
just
were
want to be
just
a dick and
leaving
fuck up a
Hade. We were
venture?
just leaving Hade to go back to the northern war zone to fuck around.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want to kill a venture? And we were like, fuck it, why not? Where is he? And so
He catches him. He catches him in his carries. It looks like.
yep.
I think yeah, he caught him in his carries, and we're like, yeah, sure, why not? And then so we come back in, and then as soon as he catches him, a Stratios decloaks off his bow. He was like Stratios, and I was like, we were all like, oh my god, this is a bad day for him. Like, he was baiting you. But
And he did kill the Curies. He did kill the Curies.
he did kill the
that.
Curies, but we got that Stratios, which was worth, easily like 4 times, 5 or 6 times as much as the as his Curies, because the Stratios was, though it was not blinged out. Well, it had a little bit. It had a Corellium. Let's see.
Beryllium C-type.
Not, that's not that
Nothing
expensive,
crazy.
though. But yeah, it is a Stratios. The hull alone is worth let's see. The hull alone is worth 278 mil. So, and haven't caught a Stratios in a long time. I'll do a
Yeah, it's
search.
been a long time since we've caught a Stratios, that's for sure. Remember when we would freak out that we got a Kiki?
Yeah, it was Kiki face. I remember
Kiki face. Kiki face, man. It's just
Well,
the
because
Kiki.
Kikis were.
And we were like,
It was
oh
also
my god,
when
we
that
got a
happened
Kiki.
too. That was back when trig ships weren't as like, they just started getting really
Yeah.
popular, I think.
That's
so,
true. That's, it was what,
So it was
5-6
cool.
years
It was
ago.
cool to catch him. Yeah, so it was cool to catch him. But Stratios, man, like, you don't catch them often. Like, it's rare. I've caught a few on gates and stuff in the past, and I've been baited by them before, similarly, and killed. I think I lost. I think it was the last Strat cruiser that I lost. The last Legion that I lost on a solo run was with someone that decloaked me with an Atron, tackled me, and then decloaked a Stratios off of my bow and fucked me up. Like, it's not not
Also,
meant for
hello,
that.
King. I see the first time chatter here. He's got goat emoji.
Goats,
The pog
Gomotis.
champ, along with the goat emoji. Welcome. The king. We have a king.
Welcome.
Unbelievable.
King
King.
Lunati.
But yeah,
But yeah, that was the
Wednesday
that
night
I
was
think,
a lot
the
of fun. Like, for the small
last
little
kill at
fleet.
night.
I do have to say that I'm going to say this openly, is that I am disappointed in you, Galente. Wednesday nights, I've been running this for years now.
It's been small, yeah.
Years
it's been
now,
small.
and it's been small lately. Sometimes bit, like right when we joined Vapor, we actually had like 15, 20 people that like came in and joined in on the fleet, and then like lately though, it's been us. Us and a few others. Teal'c, like coming in from Hungary. I think Hungary, right? Teal'c's part of Quaff Liberation Front, the South Gal Mill, in Hungary, because I think that Volvo is his alt. I'm pretty sure. And
Volvo, yeah, I think so.
Who got the final blow, and that's Hungary. So it's Teal'c. Hungary. The Quaff Liberation Front on the
is Hungary.
That it's kind of been doing some stuff, but one of the big things that has happened here, and kind of just looking over the map here, If you can see, like, Hades is still kind of holding strong. We got the south like going pretty good down here. We've got Nenamelia, Thujarento, Anata, Talanin, going pretty good. But we lost Alderneti. Alderneti is not even a frontline system anymore, as Evolin has been shut down. And this whole northern section here, this is gone. This is no longer going to be, the north has fallen. The south is on the rise. Come to Haydai Less. This is where we're going to be, staging our last ditch effort to try and hold back the horde of Keldari. And some people did ask me, is this new, event is it helping? And it's not. Like, I mean, it's bringing in a bunch of seagulls, but it's not like I'm not seeing major numbers.
And apparently, Gnosis is.
Yeah, apparently some random neutral Gnosis I think that they're doing the event, which is cool. I was super excited to see that. But in general, the Gallente are on our fucking back foot right now. This little event that's happening right now is not really bolstering our numbers for real. It's bringing in a lot of... there's a lot of complaints about people running, Battlefields, it's bad etiquette to bring in a bunch of alts if you're already over the 30-person limit. I've been hearing that's been a problem. And then also the big problem of, like, if you're running a Plex and somebody else is, you warp in on somebody that's already running a Plex, leave the Plex. That's etiquette. Now, are you a Seagull when you're still helping out killing the NPCs and stuff like that? That's questionable. I had that happen just before, I got a bunch of solo PvP, which wasn't even solo PvP, because people were helping me out, even though they weren't on comms with me or anything like that. I mean, the stream helps, that can get a few people to help out and join up with the fighting and stuff like that. But yeah, no, in general though, it's we're in a really rough spot as the Gallente right now. So we need everybody to, like, kind of conjugate in Hades. I need to do more marketing in Hades for sure. It's just without Ribbit being in the north, we've just lost all momentum in the north, and it's been pretty rough. So that's your faction news warfare, that's been going on recently here. But let's go over and talk about the community. So the Meteor Eve Creator Awards finalists. So let's kind of go over this here and just kind of talk about what kind of the different creator awards. They aren't saying what you get if you win. I don't know.
I'm assuming just recognition, but here's
possibly some
Meet Your Eve Creator War finalists, maybe. But I mean, I'm just happy that we were nominated. So, Meet Your Eve Creator Award finalists. The Eve Creator Awards finalists announced. So we have Streamer of the Year, Video Creator of the Year, Podcast of the Year, Written Content Creator of the Year, New Content Creator of the Year, Non-English Creator of the Year, Third-Party App of the Year, and New Developer of the Year. So really quick here, Capsuleers. The Eve Creator Awards are CCP Games' way to formally recognize the amazing creative community in New Eden. The cluster's creative spirit reaches far outside the game and makes EVE Online uniquely vibrant. The jury has now compiled a short list of finalists in all categories. Who's the jury? Who the fuck is the jury? Your finalists are Streamer of the Year. You have Erst, iBeast, Laura Mirth, that guy Toxic, and Zependo. Pando. Video Creator of the Year, we have Ace Face. iBeast is nominated twice, interesting. And Laura Mirth also nominated again. The Oz, which you'll see later too, and Warlock Industries for Video Creator of the Year. And we have Podcast of the Year. Our buddies over at Declarations of War. I congratulated Alec this morning. I told him, hey, congratulations on the nomination. And you have who's this? The Federation Frontline Report. Who the fuck is that? It's some podcast I've never heard of. And then we
We're
have
listed
Galaxy,
second because we're so awesome.
the Oz Report. Yeah, I think it's alphabetical. The Oz Report and Untethered.
So funnily enough,
are-
I've never heard of Untethered or the Galaxier.
Yeah,
I've
I haven't
never
heard of these
not
two
even
either.
never before.
And
But
or
Declaration of War I know
Yeah.
really well as one of the longest,
Yes.
the longest podcast.
they are the
that is-
longest running Eve podcast. I think is their claim to fame. Well, one of them. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's one of that's
And
like
they're
that's what they
great.
say.
Great podcast.
Yeah,
And
we've
the Oz
both
Report
been on there.
also
All
is
three of
very
us.
great. Like those
All
are
three
two
of
that
us
I
have-
know are gonna beat us. Like the Galaxier
Well,
and the Untethered. I don't know those guys. And
Yeah, I'm thinking Declarations
Maybe they're
of War
better
will probably
than
win,
us,
but Declarations of War, we've been on their show. I
Yeah.
think all three of us, right? All three
Yeah,
of us have
yeah,
been
all three.
guests on the
Nightflyer,
show,
you
and
and
of
me,
course, Alec has been on our show, and we've had people from Noir on our show as well. So yeah, back on to but yeah, thank whoever the fucking jury is, I guess. And potentially, well, not potentially, all of our listeners and everybody that's listening, for why the reason we're keeping on doing this, and I want to thank everybody that watches, that listens, that contributes in any way to our. I don't like the word success. I like the word like we're being heard, we're being seen, and it's really
notoriety.
cool.
Our notoriety.
Notoriety is our notoriety. There you go. Written content creator of the year. We have Black Rise Regional News. That's interesting. I said I didn't know this one, but of course Eve
So,
University's on there.
I like Black Rise. I love their updates, and it's something that I should be using more. I've asked, if we can talk about their shit on our podcast, and they were like, "Well, yeah, absolutely." Eve University also pretty big, but those are the only two that I know out of those two, actually, or out of those.
So
five.
Hampshire knows who Galaxier is. He says Galaxier does updates on no war fights, etc., interviews with block leaders, etc. So let's see. Eve University. Everybody knows Eve Uni. They're huge.
Or you
I've
should,
used them
if you're listening
ever.
to this, you should know who Eve.
You should know what Eve Uni is for multiple
They're
reasons.
awesome.
One,
Go check them out. Check out their
I've
wiki.
used their
It's like
their wiki is like the
best.
most useful thing that I've used. I've used it for the longest time for just about everything in Eve. Like learning about Eve. I would say 50 to 75% of what I've learned. Like I was like, well, what kind of ship is this? I'll look it up on Eve Uni. That's what I was doing. Like before I knew all the ships. That's how I learned all the ships. I just kept going to their wiki and looking at, it's a missile ship, it's a shield ship, it's an armor ship. Oh, it's this, it's that. Like, oh, it's Tech 2. Oh, I don't want to fuck with the Tech 3. Like kind of thing. And then we have the Gray Bill, Bear That Cares, who I'm pretty sure, I don't know if we had them on the show. I know that they're in our chat a lot. And Z Ronan for Written Content Creators of the Year. And then we have new Content Creator of the Year, Badman Larry, G Money McSwaggins, Nostra Moonlight, Serpent Power, and Warlock Industries.
And the one I know on this is Warlock Industries, which
Yes,
they have been really good, really great cinematic videos that they've created. They also went with the, if you've watched any of the, how do you vote? This is one thing. They don't have a post in here on how to vote for any of this shit. And I do, and I don't even know I didn't even vote for myself. I should have voted.
Well, I think maybe Hemshaw's talking about you vote for something else not related to this, right? Or did you vote for this?
There's a voting mechanism.
If you
to
voted,
a certain degree.
well, there's got to be, right? So that
right. Somebody,
this is just
somebody said we were good.
I don't know how that works. So we also have non-English creator of the year, Arhont Sibirsky, iBeast again, Michael Starlight, Rist Ozuwara, and Series Pro. I don't know, man, but they're mentioned three times now.
Reminds me of whatever that Beast dude who's really.
Oh, Beast, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Beast is a really popular YouTuber, Twitch streamer, or whatever. Well, streamer, I shouldn't say Twitch because they tend to be on all platforms or they switch. A lot of people hate Twitch these days. So, third party app of the year, We have Eve Workbench. Everybody knows Eve Workbench. Galaxy Finder. I don't know that one. Rift Intel Fusion Tool. Don't know that one either. Theory Crafter. I definitely heard of that one. And of course, Zkill's on there. We should have I didn't know this existed.
If you
I
don't
would
know
have
about
nominated.
Rift,
I would have nominated Frozen Crypt.
Frozen Crypt
because
is a
that's
huge
one of the
one.
coolest.
Well, that's a new. I feel like
it's
they're
upcoming.
pretty
It's
new.
brand new. It's brand.
Really
I think it's brand new, and we just helped them. Their popularity surged a bit after we talked about them, and they're going to be on the show. I think pretty soon here. I'll reach out to them again because I think they finally listened to a few of the episodes, and the Frozen Crypt Keeper themselves. We will have on the show. So that's the Frozen Crypt website is an awesome thing that we discovered on the last show that Frozen discovered, not we. Frozen discovered it.
Well, they hit me up on an email that apparently is seen as spam, so they can't send it out anymore. And I was like, "Oh, dude, man, I was so excited to get that email from you, actually."
But you know what? Now we can spread the word of mouth because we got Orion.
But you should also know about Rift Intel Tool because you should download that and get it because it's super cool.
Rift Intel Fusion.
Yeah, that's what we use for Alliance and Coalition level Intel tool. So you can see where everybody is and what they're flying and what's going on in space. From all over the galaxy. It's super fucking cool.
All right, well, I'm gonna. I guess I have to
take
do that.
a look at that. You should. Yeah, that's like a big thing for the Coalition.
Okay, and new developer of the year we have Beautiful Mim, Dexomus Villania, Faffy Waffy, Ghost Diverson, and Nexus, but with a Nexis. They're gonna announce the winners at FanFest, and you're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there.
You're gonna be there. I unfortunately I don't think I'm sorry to get your hopes up, but I'm not gonna. It's a bit rough. It's too rough.
No,
it's
understandable. Because it would also be $60 a day extra, and then on top of all the crazy costs that you have to endure.
Well, it's the travel. But when are we doing a Madtown meetup?
So Madtown meetup will probably be around May. No, sorry, not May. September. Somewhere around mid September is what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right, so I might be able to make that work because then there's no extra like there's no per diem bullshit, right? It's so much cheaper to exist. Well, compared to Iceland, it's cheaper to exist in America.
Especially when you can just stay with me, you don't have
I know.
Like I said,
but I'll just eat your corn. I'll just eat your corn dogs and sleep with your cats.
Mm-hmm.
which is perfectly fine. That always works out well, and I would be remiss if I didn't make it. That's also a little bit more travel, but so it's about the same. It's going to be similar price, but that I have the budget for that. It still will be cheaper because I don't have to have like an extra $1,000 just to fucking eat.
That's okay because now I have a room with just me and my wife. For the first time for one of these big trips in a long time.
Yes.
Really
You should.
nice.
You should. That'll be nice for you. But yeah, so it'll be really fucking cool if we win. But it'll be really fucking cool to exist there and have them announce the Federation Frontline Report as one of the one of the finalists, right? Because they're gonna say
just being the finalist
before
is huge.
Because when they do the awards, and I'll be watching this, of course, they'll be doing the awards. It's gonna be our shit's gonna be up on a big fucking screen. It's gonna say that we're one of the finalists, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm really hoping
fucking
for.
cool.
Is that the Federation Frontline Report gets a little bit of
do you have? We talk about later, and I'm not gonna be there, but you gotta have to represent hard, man. You're gonna have to be representing fucking hard.
I know, absolutely
hard.
And I
wish she. But anyways,
I'm going to be pushing really hard. It's just going to be me for our alliance for the first time in a long time. It's going to be me, And so we were coming pretty strong as an alliance, as a corporation. I don't. Well, I've at FC. Maybe there's going to be some vapors out there. Hopefully, there's some vapors.
Yeah. Try to connect with people in our alliance if they're out there, but also too, just now, like if you run into the big sexy goons like last time, you can say, "Hey, we're technically part of the Imperium."
Yep. Now we're part of the Imperium. I don't know. I need to push a lot of
Just
that.
don't get hacked. Don't get hacked.
As you stated, like at the beginning, we're not super serious about it, which is one of those things of like, which is why it's pretty huge for us to be nominated. Imagine if we took this seriously and we were like actually updating our stuff, putting out new videos, like really, really chomping the bit on doing some stuff. I mean, this is us just having fun, and that's the thing is that. To a certain degree, for me, EVE needs to be just fun. It's 20 years that I've been playing this fucking game now.
I've raced it so many times. I was talking to a buddy. I was tying one on last night with one of my classmates here in Japan, and I talked about all that, like how the history of like us and me or Gwen and like Eve, and just like how like it's one of those games where like I felt like I rage quit so many times, and now it's just like, well, now I can't, like,
There's no rage when you
like
quit. You
morbid, not to be
relax,
morbid or anything, but like I feel like when I win Eve, it'll be because there'll be a Sino lit for me, right? Like I don't think I'm not gonna like.
Same here. Like it's another chat channel. It's another like communication device. It's another peer into another universe that I find really interesting. Like Eve is one of the coolest universes. Like, so I'm doing a presentation, my second presentation at Gen Con.
Nice.
Now for Eve, the history of Eve. And I this time I've bumped it up to 50 tickets, free tickets. If you come to Gen Con, you can come to the seminar. And you're just going to have me with a big screen talking about all the history of all the craziness of Eve. Because I like literally listen to Empires of Eve 1 and 2 like all the time. Like that's just my go-to. Like,
yeah, you do.
If I'm
they
driving
pushed it on me so hard.
Because
pushed it on me so
no matter
hard.
how much I push, it's so hard to even get you guys to even like spend 5 minutes.
I know.
And then once you spend real 5 minutes of being like, what is this?
So,
you're
Red,
like, oh, okay, it's the history of Eve, and it's so fucking epic.
I listened to the first. Is it the first? Is this 2 volumes? Right.
2 volumes. Yeah.
And third one coming out.
And
the first one.
Out, yep.
I listened to the entirety of the first one while doing like super intense yard work for hours on end. I listened to like 2 different books actually, and
it's
that
like
was
16 hours like per book. Like it's.
Yeah, and but I mean, I was fucking doing like 4 or 5 hours a day of yard work for like 4 weekends because I had to clear out. I was getting my house ready to rent out to family, so I had to had to be usable. There was I had like a jungle growing in my backyard, but it was perfect. It was perfect for listening to that, and it was super intriguing. It was super interesting, and just to know that players created all that stuff. It wasn't like, it's not in-game lore. It's that the lore is created by the players, and that's why it's also really cool that they're doing this.
There's some regular lore out there, and there's a lot of really good.
There's a lot of it.
Like NPC
but that's what I'm saying.
Lore. But I have to say that
Empires
that's
of
the one
Eve
thing that most games fail at balancing in the end, is that there's NPC lore and there's player action lore. Like what's the first thing? And I can tell you like what's the first thing when I say World of Warcraft player created event? Like, what do you think?
The fuck, I don't know. Probably some cosplayer stuff. Like, I can't really there's not really out of
Leroy
Jenkins
is mine. Is my
okay,
my
but Leroy
immediate...
Jenkins is it's player created content, but it was also, I think I was disappointed to learn that it was just a skit.
It was staged.
You know what I mean?
Too.
It was a skit. It was a stage skit. But
Leroy Jenkins is a big one. That is an interesting side effect of
Oh, actually, you
of
know
a
what?
bug. That's a big
Mine.
one.
You know what mine is? Mine is more dots. More dots. We need more dots. Okay, stop dots. That's a fucking 50 DKP minus. Like,
But like
there's
a
this
lot of
whole
these
that
other
one I think
events
might be
out
real,
there
but
that are created player content is usually off of
yeah. So
bugs, off of like
yeah.
so like Ultima Online is that you killed the GM that was the king at the time, and there was like a whole bunch of herf about that, which didn't like greatly influence a lot of the stuff. 0.0 politics.
I've never heard Herferberf before. I like that. What's a Herferberf?
Herferberf. It's very important.
Is that like a hoopla?
It's a hoopla. It's like a hoopla. Very similar to a hoopla. You gotta come.
Did you know that
north.
hoopla was a French word? I had no fucking idea that it was a French word, but that's the English language for you.
We steal from everything, and that's and when it comes to language and art and everything, I'm all down with stealing. People get so mad at like, well, I came up with something creative and you took it and used it in a different way, but similar. It's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's how creative shit works.
That's how creativeness works, and everybody who says that you've only built off of other giants, I also say, well, welcome to history, welcome to the world. Also,
welcome to every famous fucking podcast that ever existed. Like, you're not a famous podcast unless you're already famous. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that pull up that old wound, but I've dealt with that.
That's true.
Many,
if you're
many,
gonna
many,
do
many
like
moons.
if you want to be a famous podcast and be a famous person, then you got a podcast.
Yeah, and then make a podcast. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It doesn't work the other way around. It never does. It never does.
I've got enough fame from this, I'll say. Like I have.
Well, we have nerd. We have internal.
Like,
we have nerd. Yes. Well, okay. We have.
I'm not
okay,
gonna
well,
be
when I
like
say
going
famous,
to Las Vegas and people are
famous,
gonna be like, "Hey, you."
Yeah.
But like,
when I say
go
famous, I mean outside of Eve. I mean fame outside of Eve. Yes, no, we actually people know.
That's why I'm
who
a
we
big
are.
advocate. We were talking about this before the podcast. It's like I'm a big advocate of niche podcasts. Go for your fucking niche, man. Don't do if you want to do a podcast, you don't do a generalized podcast. Hit up the Babylon 5.
Yeah, I did a generalized video game podcast for over 10 years, and it never really gained much notoriety or anything. And it was not niche at all. We were just like general video games. But now, like with this, there's definitely a bigger. There's a quicker gain to notoriety that I've noticed because it's insanely niche. Like we're not even just an Eve podcast. We're an Eve faction warfare podcast.
Right, we're the niches of niche, which we're actually getting out of because now we're part of 0.0.
Yeah, but we're still.
To be honest,
we still have
I kind of wish that we were a
Goonswarm
Federation podcast or a Goonswarm Federation corporation. It's only because of this. Is that their federation in their alliance name matches up with our like it goes down.
No, but but now you're talking about being famous already, right? Because the Goons are the most famous. Like people that don't even play
But
Eve
I've hung out with
Goons
some of the top level of Goons, and that's why I've it's always been like a dream of mine to be like, let me make something for these top level people that actually matters.
Hey, we know. But it's there's such a rich history in this game, and it's like fucking if someone asked the same question about Eve, we people that play Eve that have been around in it for a long time there's so many things. I mean, we're an example of lore.
But not just that there's so many examples, but the examples are so different. It's not about playing off of a bug or playing off of some kind of super niche thing. It's that there's all these major wars that are happening, and these player-created
and those things make news. Like you'll see the big wars will have articles in Forbes and shit. Like
because for example, BTAC-R is one of the big ones that they talk about in the Empires of Eve 2. Is the last little bit is all about there's like 2 chapters on BTAC-R basically, and like the creation of the Imperium after that. But the Clusterfuck Coalition went up against Pandemic Legion, Pandemic Horde's original masters or however you want to kind of like look at that situation. But like basically there was two powerhouses, is that there was the Goons and there was Pandemic Legion. And those two went to went head to head in BTAC-R because Pandemic Legion forgot to put up a sovereignty payment for BTAC-R. And so BTAC-R went neutral, and there was this huge, just spontaneous, 5,000, 6,000 man battle that happened in BTAC-R back in like 2016 or 15, something like that.
I added Empires of Eve Volume 2 to my wish list. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna listen to it. I need to listen to the next volume.
Dude, it's on fucking Wikipedia. Battle of BTAC-R 5RB. So if you just type in Battle of BTAC-R in Google, it'll immediately, or at least it did for me, is take you to a actual, not Eve Wikipedia or anything like that, like a real Wikipedia article that is, there was over $300,000 equivalent to about basically almost $500 million in real life money. That
Wait, what?
Got destroyed in one fight.
That's insane.
Yeah, $500,000 destroyed in one fight, give or take. Yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there.
Well, Eve does have is kind of like the record holder for that kind of crazy shit, right? Or the most
there's some some Chinese stuff, because there was some Chinese games that broke the biggest record of so many people. But I mean, like, this is like 5,000. Let's see here. I'm gonna try and see if they can get. There are 771 corporations involved, 55 alliances. 2,670 players in BTAC-R. Oh, no, sorry. Over 7,000 players that were involved. The maximum was 2,670, which is not, for this time period, is a little bit low. But BTAC-R is a really interesting kind of like example of a spontaneous event that happened that like changed the face of the galaxy, where real loss mattered. And let's see here. So Autonomous says, if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Oh yeah, absolutely. So that's a quote from R. Hood. But yeah, it's there's so much history, so much craziness that happens in Eve, and I think it's one of the reasons why I'll never, like, it's got its own real history. There's not multiple histories. Like, if you go to World of Warcraft, there's different servers. Mm-hmm. There's
the singular shard.
Follow the story.
The one server is a big deal. You
don't own your own, territory type of thing. Most games that have territory ownership have like resets that eventually happen on those territorial ownerships to allow for you to retry and conquer the territory and stuff like that. Very little of it is where Eve really brought about, which is why I love faction warfare. I really do love faction warfare, but I want to get in more with with 0.0 politics and news, because that's where the real news is. That's where the real Eve is. I want to always promote faction warfare as like a great PvP zone, a great learning zone. It should be where you should jump in fucking head first, and you can make money, you can learn about PvP, you learn about the trading system, you learn about the LP system, you learn about missions, like, especially now that missions are back. There's a whole thing about like learning EVE Online through the faction warfare lens that I will always think is way better than any other beginning lens in EVE Online. But the beyond faction warfare is 0.0, and that's where the real story begins. Faction warfare is a plateau too, and now that they have enlistment, you can do faction warfare and 0.0 at the same time. And I highly encourage, Ribbit is gone, Hungary is on, is all of the Galmil in general is really on its back foot right now. Is that a big problem in faction warfare? I don't think so. I just went out and got
the pendulum.
4 sites.
It will swing.
4 fights in, no time, basically.
The pendulum.
And it was fun. Like, that faction warfare is about undock and get some PvP content. LP, people... Now, we talked a lot about seagulls in the last episode and the episode before that, about how is that affecting the Warzone in general. Is it easier to make a lot of money in easy money without any type of interference? Faction warfare is all about interference. If you're making money without interference, there's a problem with faction warfare, because faction warfare is extremely lucrative when you have 0 interference, and it should always be balanced around how can I get people to interfere with another person's content. And it's seagulling is one of the answers to that people don't like, and I don't mind, because I don't care about somebody seagulling my site. If I'm in a battlefield, I am kind of the seagull, to be honest. Like, I am, stationed up. Maybe I'll do running of a point, or even, but like the burden is usually on a lot of other people, and sometimes I'll join their fleets and sometimes I won't. Sometimes I have my own fleet going, or I'm just trying to do some solo stuff. And I'll kind of seagull. Now, I understand you got like 25 guys who are just, all alted out. It's, European time zone. You're in the Minmatar Mar war zone, like, or you're Caldari. You probably have a lot of problems with that. And we have our own, but at Galente, we have like the least amount of seagulling problem comparatively. This event kind of bumps it up. There's a lot of seagulling coming from this event, but who gives a fuck? Stop whining about the money. Trying to get to murder people. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so I think that was our main amount that we've got here.
Yeah, sir. And we're super. I'm more excited now after talking about it, to be honest. When I first saw this thing, I was just like, I don't know. This isn't like, it's a little surreal. And, but it's actually has a lot of potential. Like, even if we don't win, the
likelihood of us winning, or, I'm not worried about winning. I'm just happy.
No, that's what I mean. Like, I don't care. Like we'll get a lot of exposure just from being nominated, and that's awesome. And we last time at FanFest, man, we hung out with. We had CCP Burger on our show.
Yeah.
After he showed me his illegal cheese.
Yeah.
At the bar, he showed up. I said, "Man, you got to be on our show," and then and by some miracle, we got him on the show. But I would say it's really cool now to finally feel like we're a part of something that exists. Like, it exists. You can't take this away from us now. We exist. We're part of EVE's history, and I think that's really cool. And I like also too that I want to shout out again to the Frozen Crypt, because they're not on the app, third-party app, but if I'd have known that this existed and I had some sort of sway with the jury, I would have absolutely had pushed them to say, hey, put the fucking Frozen Crypt up. But they're
I think that's
an
next
coming
year if this continues as
next year, Because like,
And-
so that's another niche. That's another thing that's really niche. That's really super niche is corpse collecting. A lot of people look down on
it's
it.
super niche.
So guess
super
what?
niche.
It's
But it's
super
super
niche.
cool.
But us necromancers,
Yeah,
okay.
you know, us
we
corpse
require-
collectors. I'm
we
like
require-
100 corpses, you know, and I'm happy with my little minor collection.
Yeah, fucking
You've got
Orion has Ryan has over 9,000. I only have over 9,000, which is actually over 1,000. But I only have like 1,700 corpses, I think, and that's still insane. Like for most people, they're like, you like,
That's a
why do
lot
you
of-
have so many
I
corpses?
really think that
think-
with the when they had walking in stations, but it was only your quarters, but you could still bring people, I believe, to your quarters, or if they ever got bringing people. No,
and
I don't
here's
think
my
they ever
corpse
did that.
collection.
But if you could show
Would've been
people
amazing.
your corpse collection, that it's just your whole room filled with corpses.
But
It'd be
that's what
fucking
this
cool.
is. So like it's an app online, Frozen Crypt, made by the Frozen Crypt Keeper, which by the way is a 100% indie solo development. They created this on their own.
07. Saluting
How
you.
many corpses?
How many?
I only have
corpses?
like 1,678 or something. Here, go.
You're
go to
almost
Frozen.
on the top 10. You were almost on the top 10.
I was for a second there. God. And
So
then
it's Frozen
Orion
Crypt
fucking comes in.
Space.
And it was, yeah, I'm posted. I'm posted right now. I got it. You did it
beat
too.
you.
Oh, I'm gonna do it again. Fuck you. I don't care. I'm putting it up there again. So, Frozen
What does
Crypt.
Sarah say about this?
Well, no, Jesus fucking Christ. Who's this Rudy? 61,452 corpses.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a new one. 61,000.
That's a new one.
And this
So
is where
it's catching on.
Really cool. Can you show that? Post it on the.
Yeah. I got you.
Put it
let
on
me-
the screen here. I'll even blow up
Yeah,
her screen.
yeah. It's at, hold on. I gotta switch it over to this one, then move this here. Okay. So here's, can you see that now?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So F11. So I'm gonna. Okay. Frozen Crypt right now. 1,223. 123K corpses have been added to the Frozen Crypt, and this fucker right here, who's new, has half of them. What the fuck? Anyways, but what? So there's some really cool options, and I'm gonna promote this again right here because
that's
Frozen
crazy.
Crypt Corp Collection Registry, made by the Frozen Crypt Keeper, who will be on the show soon. But I want to promote it again because look, Orion joined, and he's now third place because of these. So like, how does it feel, buddy? You were first place, and then he got booted out really fast, just like it happened to me. Like I was like sixth place or something. But so one of the things is that we have these tags here, and this is all still in development. And again, it's one person doing this, and they're doing an amazing job. But see, look, they added tags like a CSM or AC leader. I think AC is Alliance Corp, something like that. But CSM, this is Brisk. This dude's got Brisk's corpse and Vili's CSM corpse, and then there's like Alliance tournament people. Like you have people that are in the Alliance tournament, they have a tag. And you can favorite. So these are favorites. People have favorited their corpses in their. So like if you click on, for example, we'll go to Orion because he's a buddy of ours. This is Orion's crypt. He's got his favorite 8 corpses right here up at the top here. He's got Brisk and as well, and Alcoholic Satan. He's got Alcoholic Satan's corpse. Look at that. And then
he should really be. He should collect more of your corpses. I feel like.
Oh Lord, what does your therapist say about this? I don't know. It's okay. So according to so far, registry, I think Gwen only has. Let's see. Let's look.
Yeah, and you can do public. You can also make it so that nobody knows you're an
So
anonymous holder.
There are only 11. There are only 11.
I like how that's
corpses
like
of Gwen's.
it's the picture is your face on a.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that on the frozen corpse, the frozen female corpse. And so
Yeah,
but,
yeah, and it's the female for the female and male for the male. That's well done.
these are the people that own my corpse. Marcus Corpse Snatcher has 1. Yanni So's Estate has 1, and Gwen myself has 9. So I favorited myself.
How do I not have any of your corpses? This is impossible. I
you
have
don't
been the
collect
demise
corpses,
of
Froze.
you so many times. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
have
get me
got
killed a
you
lot.
killed so many times. Your pod probably blown away at some
So
point.
this is a really cool website, and he's they are making trades. You soon trade. You'll be able to trade corpses and stuff. There's a lot of stuff. You have to log in for
It'll scan your shit,
scan your
your
shit.
assets to see what you've
Similar
got.
to like Ezekiel and other, and you know, and auth, any auth if you're in any corp. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like it. There's a Discord too. Join the Discord. They'll welcome you. It's a lot of fun in there, and yeah. So like I thought it's really cool as someone who, I mean, I haven't collected in a while. I've kind of fell by the wayside, but I was collecting for a long time, especially. Oh, there is one corpse that I do want to show you. We'll go back to Gwen's profile here. Let's see, capsular profile, and then you can see I have my favorites, which are my good buddy Tacky, myself Gwen, my alt Hein, my other alt M. I got Trix's corpse. Hell yeah, it's favorited. I got Frozen Fallout here. Got it.
Oh, you do. Never mind.
I have.
And you have
Yes, I have
9
8.
of my corpse. No, 8.
I have 8 of your corpses. And but this guy, just George Harrison.
He got so many of his corpses.
There's 104 of his corpses registered in the Frozen Crypt, and I have 102 of them. So that's an interesting story that I won't get too deep into. But Gwen used to be station camping in Amar space, and this guy would just undock in a Corvette, obviously 104 times apparently. But anyways, that's all I have. And I have to. I think that's it for me. Do you have anything else, Frozen?
No, I think we're good here. So thank you all for watching, and I think we're going to wrap things on up. I know that people got stuff to do in the universe, so yeah, I don't know.
Back
you know,
someday
week. I'm going to actually give my all in something instead of half-assing 5 things. Eve probably.
I know the feeling. I've done it. I've done the same shit, dude. I know the feeling. But maybe this is our calling. Maybe this is our sign.
Maybe we got an award possibility, and if we push it up to the 10th level, like I'm probably putting about 30% effort here, when I could be putting a lot more. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting in that solid 9.5% or whatever.
get you to the level that you're doing. You're doing something, so.
Yeah, well, right. This is honestly the only creative thing really that I'm doing right at the moment.
We should and
we need to do more.
We should team up more on a bunch of other stuff too, because I've got some other things. But one of the things that I always come back to is don't half-ass multiple things. Do one
whole
thing, one
so
thing.
Froze, we'll handle this offline online. We should have a call and just.
I do have to say that the half-assing up to this point is kind of the point. Is that if I half-ass it up to a point that I'm like, wait a minute, now I gotta.
You half-ass. If you half-ass,
I got my job. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna learn about. You know what? My job now is all about learning about AI. That's 90% of my job now.
I have feelings about that, so we can talk about that.
Anyways, so let's go ahead and wrap things on up here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. And
thank you all, New Eden. Thank you all, listeners, all the capsulators, all the non-capsulators.
Let us know. We'll do interviews. We love interviews.
And we'll get the Frozen Crypt Keeper on here.
Yes.
Have a good night, New Eden. We love you all. And see you soon. And if there's a way to vote for us,
award-nominated
podcast. We're gonna add that. We're gonna add that to everything. We're gonna add award-nominated to everything.
To be honest, we should, because that's just a stupid plus.
Do it.
Yeah, we should do it.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Award-nominated. Here we go.
Good night, New Eden.